Dear me, you, anyone. I was just admiring the Texas countryside when I got a call. It was the San Marcos Police Department. They needed me to come into the station. My heart began to race. What could I have done? I could tell by the tone of the officer that whatever it was revolved around me. I was going to Texas State University, but I didn't have many ties to anyone there. I had broken up with the one a year prior, and so died away my friend group. I've always been codependent in that way, and was racking my brain on if I got a speeding ticket or if I was getting a call about a fight I'd been in. Fast forward, I pull into the San Marcos police station. The changes from asphalt to pavement were interesting to me. Why even use different material? I shook the thought off and turned off my vehicle. I sat there in the spring Texas heat just trying to calm myself. I still couldn't figure it out, so I took a breath and headed inside. The metal door handle was rough, as though thousands of people had met some sort of fate through this passage, and this door handle was the last grip in preparedness. After a short wait, I was assigned to an interrogation room. Surprisingly, the experience was more like the movies than I expected. I was iced out, a tactic they used to make the person in the chair feel uncomfortable. And I was. It was apparently a bad day for shorts and a t-shirt. A husky detective walks into the room and sits across from me. He opens a little black book and hums to himself several times as he reads, occasionally glaring at me over his nose. What the hell could this be about? "Where were you on X date?" he asked. "I was at my mom's, about 2 hours away from here," I explained. "Do you know an Asia?" he replied. "Of course I do. She was the one person who represented everything I thought was love in my young mind. A fiery redhead with an open mind, a free spirit in the truest sense of the word, and a wild card in the worst sense to an overbearing, insecure 19-year-old me. The same girl who had accused my friend of trying to sleep with me, the same day that she got my initials tattooed on her leg. Then proceeded to cheat on me with another man for the first time, that I knew about, a week later. I never understood why she did that. Oh well. That tattoo, I mean. I would have left me too. That's not insecure of me to say. It is because I am confident and secure in myself now that I can identify my flaws." "Did you hear my question?" said the now agitated police officer. I had slipped off into daydream land. "Yes, I do. We used to date. I've been trying to put that behind me, though." He slammed a photo on the desk. "She claims that you might have had something to do with this." I looked down at the photo, his fat finger covering most of the page. It was her Kia Rio, a vehicle that her and I enjoyed several times together. I began to daydream about the road trips and back seat times when I see WHORE carved into the hood. I immediately snap into it, angry that I am both being falsely accused of vandalism and that my ex actually thought I would do this out of nowhere like a year later. After everything, it sucked. This is how I was viewed by someone I loved. I didn't do that. I have been doing everything I possibly can to stay away from her and anything that could remind me of her. I wasn't even in the area. I started to raise my voice and get very animated. A lovely trait I picked up from my bio-father. "Calm down, son. I was just trying to get some answers. She seems to think this was surely you. Her friends and mother agree," the detective tells me. "So?" Now I'm furious. "Her mom never liked me anyway." I then go on to explain our history. I tell him about our threesomes, her bisexuality, her cheating, and when I begin to list off the possible names that he could check out, BAM! The officer slams his book shut. "I believe you. I knew about all that already. It could be an arena full of people at this point." He said I was free to go, and I was never brought back for questioning. An arena. His words rang in my head. It was in that moment that I realized that my face would be the equivalent of a sea of faces to someone I thought couldn't have lived without me, and vice versa. It was at that moment that I knew I had no idea what the hell love was whatsoever. I hope you're having a good day or night tonight. I'm just glad you stopped by. Oh, and if you feel like you're listening to a song today, Playing Dead by Chunk No Captain Chunk has been my jam today.